Let's move on back to South Africa, where the Global Entrepreneurship Forum for 2025 kicked off today, ahead of the main G20 summit due in about 2 weeks from now. Now, the Startup 20 Summit looks to support and help small and medium enterprises to scale up their businesses as part of efforts to make them resilient and grow on a sustainable basis. Let's hear from the chairperson of the summit, Vuyani Jarana.
When we started working as South Africa Startup 20 team, we had to engage him a lot because he was providing a lot of support to the thinking, and we spent time to visit him to get deep insight. So the role of Saudi Arabia in the work of Startup 20, we have to acknowledge it because it's not just what they have done for us in South Africa. We know they have done similar support for the previous host presidents, Brazil and India. So we want to acknowledge them. I am not going to go through the whole protocol, but I do need to mention the president of Township Economic Commission and the team from that group, because we have worked with them quite extensively. They have expanded the work of the Startup 20 into the township through collaboration. And there are many, many other ecosystem partners who have worked with us. But today is a culmination of many hours, days, weeks, months of hard work by the G20 startup community. It is the result of many intense engagements in quest to find solutions to some of the most pressing challenges facing startups and global entrepreneurship across the world. Throughout our engagement as this group, we truly embrace the principles of solidarity, equality, and sustainability. Whilst the push for progress, the need to catch up, given that we started a bit late as this group, we may have pushed a little bit in terms of the process. I still feel we ran a credible and a very open process, open to ideas, open to engagement. What we present is a collective output of all the people who worked with us, including the International Secretariat. The structure of nation economies with regards to creation of jobs and opportunities has fundamentally changed. Big businesses and governments are no longer the focal points for job creation. Small businesses and entrepreneurship are the only instruments that, if well supported through progressive policies, skills development, and funding, can create the much-needed jobs and opportunities for the young people. We are therefore gathered here today to finally sign off and endorse what I deem as a remarkable human effort to produce an outstanding seminal work that, if adopted and implemented by the G20 leaders, could change the course of history for this all-important sector. Throughout history, pivotal individuals, movements have risen to shape destinies of nations, cultures, and even the world itself. Their decisions, innovations, and sheer determination sparked revolutions, inspired movements, and altered the path of humanity in ways that are both profound and unexpected. I believe that the work produced by this group presents such pivotal opportunity for startup and small businesses to prosper. It is therefore up to the world to seize the moment and take this work to implementation. There are too many young people without the opportunity across the world, and more so in the developing world, presenting a particular contradiction, as there's enough addressable market to meet the demand and sufficient able-bodied individuals to actually address this. Yet there is still a gap in the absorption of young people by nation economies. The world needs to solve for scale if we are to address the increasing number of people who can participate meaningfully in the world economy and share in the wealth creation. The challenge with many of the entrepreneurship interventions is that they tend to approach each opportunity as a bespoke innovation. We need to focus on large-scale interventions, which, if implemented, can onboard a large number of prospective entrepreneurs without them having to worry about the complexities of understanding the pathways to entrepreneurship. We need scale, we need scalable intervention. There's far too many people who do not have the opportunity. And if we are going to address it as bespoke, we are going to lose time. We need scalable intervention. Many people have asked me, Minister, that what will happen after the submission of the recommendations? This poses a challenge of sustainability and review. As a Startup 20 engagement group, we must go beyond drafting policy recommendations from presidency to presidency. We must build capacity to engage G20 governments and relevant ministers on implementation of the adopted resolutions. We must also appreciate the uniqueness and peculiarity of startups and SMEs, that they should not necessarily be coordinated in the fashion of big businesses. There is a specific peculiarity that we need to take into account. It's huge fragmentation, a myriad of people who need a platform for engagement and coordination, and the group needs to take cognizance of this. On behalf of the Startup Engagement Group, I would like to express a word of gratitude to the Minister for Small Business Development, Ms. Stella Ndabeni, and the entire leadership of the department for your support. Your steer got us here today. To the International Secretariat, especially Prince Farad, thank you for your leadership, coaching, and challenge. And I think we came out of the process with a great product. To the task force leaders and the task forces, thank you for your great work. You have done most of the work, most importantly, by just doing the work without being guided. So it's a self-directing team, typical of small businesses. To DDG Delwa and advisor Andrew Murray, who were my go-to persons throughout this journey, thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your support. Last but not least, to my twin engines, Carmen and Pochoko, and the rest of the 21 Sloan team, thank you for making this process such a success. You made my life a lot more easy.